Hi folks, welcome back to Visits with Soxy Nana. Alice, I'm Alice, your yarn host today, and I'd love to welcome you all around the craft table down here in the craft room. Please feel free to pour yourself something from the little orange teapot, but I am drinking a lot of water. I did do a big walk with Chewy this morning, and yeah, I really wanted to get hydrated. So yeah, welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you so much for spending some time with me and subscribing, and thank you to all my OGs for coming back. It's so wonderful to see you all. And yeah, so I'm going to have the knitting stuff first, and then a little bit of cross stitch, and then we'll talk about some life stuff, okay? Anyways, let's get on to the nitty business. First, we always have to do the admin stuff. I'm just going to pop below where you can find me on all the things. I am Soxy Nana or Soxy Nana Alice on Facebook, Instagram, Ravelry, and soxynanaalice@gmail.com for my email. So if you want to show me your works in progress, or if you would like to let me know what you're doing and working on, that'd be great. Show me in the or let me know in the comments below. As you can tell, this is just a rambly little podcast about knitting and crocheting and all the crafts that I get up to. And yeah, let's get underway and let's do some FOs. I have one FO. One. While I was on my way, I'll tell you in the life stuff. Let me see, where did I put the bag? Oh, it's down here. Sorry, excuse me. I disappeared for 2 seconds. Sorry about the ring light reflecting my glasses too, guys. Oh, I got my mic. Yes, found my mic. I found it. It was in a bag from the trailer. Yes. I still am looking for my slippers, though. I mean, hey, what can you say? So what I did was you guys had all voted for me to cut the tops off of Walter's old socks. Walter is my sock murderer for those newbies. He loves my socks, but man, he goes through my socks fast. And I do darn them. So, but these 2 pair of socks, they were so darned that there was no more darning to be done. Take a drink every time you hear the word darn. So I didn't darn them. I just cut the tops off because I didn't want to re-knit the tops. Now, Walter's got really big feet, so I have to make him up a size 13. So I didn't do the pattern again. I just did a regular vanilla sock for him. Yes, this is his foot. He is a 13 wide men's foot. And I just did a standard vanilla sock with a wedge toe. Nice long pointy toes for that boy. Heel flap and gusset with a slip stitch heel. And that's it. So now he is waiting patiently upstairs in his big armchair. My stomach's growling. Sorry, guys, if you can hear that. For his socks so that he can wear them this winter. Yes, he wears them around the house like slipper socks. And he just loves them. This is Briggs & Little, the best workhorse yarn from Canada, from New Brunswick. It has been around for many, many, many years. And you can get this Briggs & Little Tuffy yarn, actually. I don't have the ball band, I don't think, here. Not ball band, but the thing. Let me see if I've got it in here. Nope, I don't have it. This is all I have left from one whole 100-gram skein of Tuffy for his socks. So yeah, it takes a lot of wool to make this ball of socks. I don't even have any more, so I got to get another ball from our, I figure I will get it from Woolsey Wool, or I will order it hopefully direct. But yeah, so I did want 2 of those, picked up the stitches, super simple. Just picked up the stitches, knit a couple of rows plain, and then went ahead and did the heel flap and gusset on that and the toes. And though that pair is done, and now he's waiting upstairs patiently for these socks. I told him he can't have them till I showed you guys. Okay, so I've got another pair to make, and this is his foot. For those of you that are new, I cut out a cardboard template of his foot, and I actually write the pattern on one side and then all the measurements on the other side, so I know where to start the toe, and if I'm doing a toe up, I know where to start the heel, etc., etc. And yeah, it works really good. And I can fold it up. Whoops. Of course I can't fold it. I can fold it in half because it's really long, and I stick it in my project bag when I'm working on his socks. I do that for myself and for my daughters and my grandkids and anybody else that requests socks. I love knitting socks. Yeah, and by the way, we're going to be doing the socks all year next year. So get your yarn ready for next year. For every month, we're going to knit a pair of socks. I'm going to do this with, hopefully with Diane. Hi, Diane, from My Pink Bathtub. We're going to knit a pair of socks a month together. And yeah, I'm just going to, I don't know if I'm going to do all vanilla socks or find, some patterns. But if you have any patterns or wool or anything that you would like to donate to this podcast that we can give away as gifts, that would be great. If not, we're just going to do it for fun as well. But yeah, we'll have some pattern prizes and what have you along the way. And we'll get, Diane and I have to get together to discuss all the details. I know I'll be doing a Ravelry thread for it so everybody can show off their socks. And yeah, we'll have that that started this coming year for 2025. And we'll do, every month we'll do a pair of socks because I need 12 pairs of socks next year. Yeah. And I need some for gifts. So. And you can use any commercial yarn or hand-dyed yarn that you like. There's going to be no holds barred for crocheting socks or sewing socks or knitting socks, whatever you like. It's just going to be socks, 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 socks. Just like, okay, so that's Walter's finished object. This might be a short one today, guys, because I don't have a whole lot of stuff to show you, really. It's just stuff that I've already been working on and you all guys already know about. I'll just update you a little bit. And don't forget, let me know where you're from in the comments below and let me know any kind of stuff you're working on. Okay? All right. So I had to move my test knit into a bigger bag because this is a bag I made a couple of years ago. I got the fabric from Fabricland here in the city. And yeah, I'm going to use some of this beautiful stitchy looking fabric to make some Christmas bags. So yeah, we're going to have I put it in here. And I also, when I make a bag, like, I make an oceans pouch to go with it. Did I make an oceans pouch for this one? Yes, I did. It's in here somewhere. Anyways, I'll get to it. So yeah, I am working on the H sweater for Beatrice Mase. She's on Ravelry. I'll put all the details below. She's the one who did the cute little bag pattern and the little and the Shima sweater that I'm going to remake this in this year coming up. I'm going to remake the Shima. I ripped it all back because I didn't like how it was when I finished, and I didn't have enough wool, so it's getting used in another project. So here it is. I have split for sleeves. Do I have a coat hanger down here? I thought I had a coat hanger down here. Hang on one second. I'm going to get a coat hanger. Probably doesn't line up very well, but I'm back. I've got a pink coat hanger. I saw one of the other podcasters does this. Some podcasters do this, and it works out really well for showing your sweaters because then you can hold them up and talk about them without them looking kind of off, like crooked and cockeyed. Okay, so this is the back. This is the front. And this is the H sweater. It's a texture and colorwork sweater. And it is just turning out beautiful. I have split for sleeves and I'm down under the arms, just working on the front of the bust. And it is color work, and you'll see as I go, the color work changes. It's cool. And then there's even more texture. So I'm very pleased with this, very happy with this sweater. And I haven't tried it on, but I know by my gauge and by the stitches that it will fit. And it's going to be a nice, cozy, warm sweater. And I know you folks want to see the floats. And the floats are pretty plain because the color work is really close together. See? It's just a couple of stitches by a couple of stitches. And it makes, I thought at first, what is H? They're H's. See? H, H, H. Isn't that funny? I thought that was so cool. So it's turning out really beautiful. The contrast is a low contrast. It isn't like in your face, but that's kind of what I wanted for this sweater. And it's got a folded neckline. Very, very pretty. And it's going to be a little wider on the shoulders. And hopefully that, I'm going to have that done hopefully before the end of November. I think the test is finished the end of November. And I'm really hoping I'll have this done. It is taking a while. I do have to concentrate a little more than potato chip knitting. Beatrice does do really nice, I'd say, I'd call her patterns, some of them are intermediate, some of them are adventurous beginners. So yeah, if you're looking for a real challenge. So yes, I did a swatch for this. I'll show you my swatch quickly. I did a swatch in color work and in the plain color. Now, I'm going to tell you about this wool. So at our knitting group called the Norwood Naughty Knitters, hi guys, I know you guys watch. I think I've featured them a couple of times now. Oh, come here. So one of the ladies there, she knows another lady. A lady knows a lady. Okay, and she brings in wool. Now, what has happened was her mother, I believe, worked for a company here in Winnipeg called Tundra. And it is a famous worldwide known company that don't know when they went out of business, but when they did, I think it was in the 80s or 90s, 1990s or 1980s, that is. They went out of business, and they used to make the most beautiful, cool, vintage looking, well, now they're vintage looking, right? Sweaters. And I'm going to try and find some pictures and put them up here for you guys to see, because they're cool sweaters. Like, I would never wear them. They're very art deco, or I don't know what you'd call them. Like, I don't know. They're just out there sweaters, some of them. But some of them are very plain and very color work and very cool. So it's 100% pure wool. Now, what happened was when they went out of business, they were told they could take, whatever they wanted for the wool and what have you, because there was a lot of stuff that was left over, I guess. So she ended up taking cones and cones of this wool, and then she wound it off with a ball winder, and they were selling it at our club, and very inexpensive. And this, I got enough to make this beautiful H sweater in these two colors. Originally I was going to make, if you've been watching for a while, I was going to make the fox sweater by the Petite Knitter. But I changed my mind, because when I look on camera, or even if I look in sunlight, because these are wound off of cones, and it was basically a knitting factory, you don't quite know if the colors are going to match up perfectly. And because they were all coming off cones and put through knitting machines. So some of the colors are just slightly off in dye lot, but then they would have been put together, like strands would have been put together and you wouldn't even have noticed. It's sort of like helical knitting idea, except they would have just put a bunch together. So some of these balls that I've gotten had 2 strands, some of them were 3 strands, some of them are 4 strands. I got lucky enough that all of these are actually 3 strands only. So these are the 2 colors I am using to make the H sweater. I have so much of this, I'm probably going to have tons enough to make mitts and what have you. It washes up beautiful, but because it's 100% wool, I'm pretty positive this is going to felt beautifully, but I don't want it to felt for this sweater. And yeah, so it's really cool that we get to use up this wool. Wool is like a never-ending resource, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I really like this. Doesn't smell sheepy, doesn't smell woolly. It's kind of rustic, but I know that from the other ladies in the club, when they washed it and air dried it with wool soap, that it came up very, very soft and very thick. It blooms beautifully. There isn't a lot of what do they call that, oil on it or anything like that, spinning oil or anything, because it's not spun. It is separate. Like, you can just pull these strands apart, and that's it. Right? So yeah, I'm very, very blessed to get this beautiful wool from this lady, and yeah, I'm so happy to be able to repurpose all of this into a beautiful sweater. So that is my test knit by Beatrice Mase, and I'm not sure about her design company. It could be just called Beatrice Mase as her design company. I'll put the information below, and that is the H sweater, and watch out for that in the coming months. Okay, my next whip that I've been working, my Gaudy Cardi. And this is the second attempt. And I would like to thank Christine from Knit Habits. I'll put her link below. She's doing a year-long make-along, and it's knit all the cardigans. And I entered the first cardigan that I made, this first cardi before I ripped it back, of course. I entered that into that Ravelry thread, and I won a pattern prize. So I'll show you that in the coming days. That's gonna be my next cast on probably. So yeah, so this is the gaudy cardi. Now this one too. Oh, where's my coat hanger? I'll put it on the coat hanger. I know you don't put your sweaters on a coat hanger like this anyways to store, but just to hold it up so that I can hold it up while I'm showing you. And I have split for sleeves, and I have done about, I guess on that one I did about 2 inches. This one I've done a little bit more than 2 inches, probably closer to 3. And yeah, I've been working away on this one too. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. This is going to be a very pretty sweater. It's the back. And these wools are Nord, Drops Nord. And you can check out my Ravelry pages, and it has all the information in the Ravelry pages. If I'm missing anything, guys, let me know, okay? Like, I ain't perfect at this stuff, so you just gotta understand this old brain of mine doesn't always wanna work. So sometimes I say, oh, I've got all that information, and then I don't. So I'm missing anything in my Ravelry pages, give me a nudge. If I miss anything in my notes, I know I copy and paste sometimes, so let me know and I will change it. But this yarn is Golden Hour. This is what I swiped back from, or frogged back from, my Shima sweater. I'm going to make a Shima sweater in different coloring. But yeah, this is Julie Knits in Paris. I'm using this one for the contrast, but this is Manjusha Fiber Works, or Fiber Arts is the company. Tammy out of Lorette, Manitoba. Oh, sorry, my glasses are catching that ring light. And it's Golden Hour. This is her fingering weight sock yarn. And this is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, here's a bigger ball. So I got this. I'm going to use that up. Oh, I found her ball, her information on her card. And yeah, that's that. Oh, look at, in this one, you folks that are new, you don't know what I do here, but I do like to get jasmine bars of soap. And then what I do is I cut them. These are hand-poured scopes made in Manitoba. And I cut them up into smaller bits, smaller pieces, and I put them in a little organza bag that I make up. And then I put them in my project bags. And they just smell so gorgeous. They make everything in my project bag smell like jasmine. Oh, and I do that too with, where's my other project bag? Oh, I don't have it down here. I also do that with lavender that I grow at the trailer. If you watched my Knitting in Nature series, you'll see I grow lavender out at the trailer in Pinawa, and then I bring it all home, I dry it, and I make little organza bags, and I repurpose those from Wool Warehouse that I've gotten over the years. I hang on to those little organza bags, big ones, and then I cut them up smaller, sew them up, and put lavender in them to make little lavender pouches. I put all that in with my woolies too. Okay, that's all that I've been working on as of knitty stuff. So, and yeah, I think so. Oh, no, I have one more. I have the mystery knit along. Mona, I can't believe it. I'm actually doing a mystery knit along. You got me hooked. Thank you so much. I'm doing a mystery cowl. It could be a cowl or it could be a scarf. And Mona from Buddy Muff Designs is doing it, and she's doing it on Ravelry. And she's handing out the clues once a week. I'm on clue 2, finally on clue 2. I finished clue 1, then I started clue 2, and I totally screwed up. So this is how far I am. Spoiler alert, if anybody is doing this, I hope you guys get in on this. This is lots of fun, and you're going to end up with a bunch of little charts. And they're sort of Marie Wallen style charts. I don't know what they'd call these. These are the from the Shetland Islands chart, like the color work kind of. Anyways, she's lovely. But Mona is absolutely lovely, and I love her work. I've made lots of her mittens, and this is, I believe, clue 1 goes up to here. That's clue 1. Check out the colors. It's so gaudy. It's so tacky. Oh my God, I love it though. It's so neat. I just got a new jacket, the gray jacket I got at an estate sale, and it's going to go perfect. And look at that, the color green in there. I screwed it up. I did. And I ripped it all back. I got halfway through clue 2, and then I'm going, why does this look odd? It just suddenly hit me that it looked kind of funny. It's because I mixed up a bunch of the colors, and it just didn't seem to go smooth anymore. But yeah, isn't that neat? I absolutely adore this. This is great. So you think this could be my my thumbnail? That would be nice. There's a thumbnail for me. Everybody does this. Thumbnail. Okay. Yeah. I am not even close to being through clue 2. I thought that looked so neat though. Doesn't that look like a butterfly? Isn't that beautiful? So I did change one of the colors out here. I changed an orange out that was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be a yellow or kind of a greeny yellow. And I thought, let's put in an orange. But isn't that pretty? I love it. It's so pretty. I am enjoying this totally. And of course, I am just knotting and cutting my ends. I'm not going to sew them in because they'll hide away in the side. And I'm doing them really. I'm very rough at this. I'm not being overly perfect because this is just for me, and I really wanted a cowl for when I'm walking Chewy just to throw on. I thought, oh, that's so cool. So I'm keeping all of them in these little bags, little Ziploc bags, which isn't working very well, but I don't know how else to keep them. I saw somebody use those hair barrettes, and they put the hair barrettes on them and then put the number or the letter that it coincided with on the hair barrette. But then I thought, yeah, and then I'm going to lose all the barrettes everywhere. I'm going to take it off, use it, and then I'm not going to find the barrettes. So I just leave it in here, and then I just pull them out of the Ziploc bag. So these are how I'm keeping it on a kilt pin. So, and that's a real kilt pin, by the way. That's a real one. I've got a few of them that are real. We wore kilts a lot when we were kids. So yeah, so that is the make along, and I'll put a beautiful screenshot here of the big information, and you can go, I'll put the information below to get to the Ravelry thread for and to Mona from Bunny Muff Designs. And I got a couple of her patterns that are on my Make 12 for next year. I know that everybody has Make 9s, well, I got to Make 12. I like that. Okay, that's it for knitting now, right? Right? Okay, I think so. I have been doing some work on my cross stitch. Okay, cross stitch section, guys. Okay, here's my cross stitch bag that I made that matches my beautiful doctor bag or carpet bag. I'm going to take out the picture. This is the Eat, Sleep, Craft, Repeat by Stitch Rovia. I've showed you folks this already. My last podcast, and I did make, oh, there's thread everywhere here. I don't know, how do you guys keep your thread? Okay, so I made myself a grime guard. I have a big one on my big hoop, and now I have a little one on my little hoop, and I just used the same fabric. I did find fabric to match, and I made it a little bit bigger so I can always change out the elastic and put it on a larger hoop. So I will take that off though, and I will show you too. One of my wonderful subscribers, I didn't ask if I could use her name. She asked me, what is a needle minder? Okay, so I have a needle minder here. It's got a piece of tape holding it on, holding the magnet to it though, because I did put the magnet on with glue and then it broke off. So, and this is the second time. It's a little fox, and you see the needle just sticks to it like that. See? And you put one piece of the magnet on the back of the fabric that you're working on, and then this on the top, and it just snaps together. Hear that? I'll put close to me. See? And you can just go ahead and add that. I'll do that in a second here. I'll show you. Take my grime guard off. I do wash my hands before I do my work though, even when I'm knitting. And this is a grime guard. All I did was take some fabric, and I just sewed 2 channels, one on each side, put an elastic in it, And then that makes a little grime guard that goes around your hoop. And you can make them larger for your Q-snap frames, I think they're called, the big square ones. Okay, so I finished the word repeat. Full disclosure, I screwed that up too. Totally did the wrong color on the repeat, so I just had to fudge it. And I finished the scissors, and the scissors, actually, I got the thread from Anne from, oh, Anne, I'm going to do it to you now. What's your thing? Toby Knits. She sent me some of the thread from her Eat, Sleep, Craft, Repeat kit that she got from England. So I am using this. These are a pair of scissors here, and then the word repeat. And of course, I screwed up the colors, so I had to rip it back. And I'll tell you, that's not the easiest thing to do. I never had to take anything back, and I thought, you know what, if I can frog my knitting and crochet, I can frog my cross stitch too. So I got a little pair of scissors, embroidery scissors, and I went ahead and I snipped it all on the back. Then you know what I did? I grabbed one of those lint rollers and I ran the lint roller across the top, and most of it came out. I was really pleased with that. So yeah, it came out with using the lint roller. Just grab the stitches from the front, and it made a nice clean finish. I've also been asked, oh, this is going to be the cloud part for the word sleep. I've also asked, what's the orange stitches? See the little tiny orange X's? Okay, so that's how I'm going to show you the back, even though it's messy. See how the long stitch from the back? That's how I count across to grid it. Some people use friction pens, and some people do the whole grid on the outside, and I did on my big fox one. What a mistake. I figured out that I can just put like a little X where that stitches are, and then that makes the little 10 by 10 grid square. Cool, hey? It works. Some people actually buy the fabric that has it already gridded for you. I didn't even know that was a thing, but it is. So I'm just using up some of the thread. It's all DMC cotton. Some of it I had in stash. I'm using some that Anne sent me, and then I bought a couple that just to kind of round it out so that I have all the colors. And yeah, and oh, so yeah, that's my needle minder, sweetie. So that's how a needle minder works, and it works very well. Oh, I'll put it on it here. I'll show you. I'll take my needle off it though, in case it falls off anyways. I bought new needles and they're too small. The eye on it's too small. I got to find myself a needle threader now. Okay, so you put the top part on there, right? On the top. See that? And then you're going to put, there you go. And then see it's stuck. So it's on there, and then magnets on the back. And then you just take your needle and plop, and there it is. Your needle is stuck to it. Cool, hey? That works. I'd put thread on it, though, if I were you. Then it's not going to really disappear. Gone are the old days when you have to put the thread through the needle right through it. I also put the needles on the little thread bag that Anne gave me. So there you have it. That's it. See, these are the needles I bought. I bought DMC ones. Whoop, I just dropped it. Hang on. Such a shit show today. Okay, so I have size 26. We never used to buy them. They used to just come with kits, or you just use sewing needles when we were young. But yeah, these are fancy. These are all gold. It's a size 26, but I need a bigger size. Oh, wait a minute. What else does it say? It says number 26, 24 CT. I don't know what that means. I know nothing about this, guys. This has all changed since I was doing cross stitch. And I have a little pair of these. Check these out. You want a good laugh? Here's a good laugh for you. Maylin, here's a good laugh. You paying attention? Look at this. This is how I do my cross stitch. How's that? And I'm looking down, and then I look up, and I can look through here to look at the TV. I look down, look up here. Whatever you got to do, right? Whatever you got to do to get her done. Alrighty. I will put my cross stitching away, and I will get working on that. And I'm working on my cross stitch just a couple hours during the day, a little bit of time during the day when I get a chance, and knit at night. So There's no way I can cross stitch at night, even with the glasses, even with my, I have a neck light, nothing helps, nothing helps. Can't do it at night. I think that's it for the crafty business. So would you like a quick update on life? What I've been up to all week? I'd love to know what you guys have been up to all week and what you've been working on all week. That would be great. Let me know in the comments below. You knew we went on our, over to some friends of ours that had a beautiful bonfire out in the country. I'll show pictures. Everyone said they would be okay with being shown on YouTube. So here's some pictures as we run through, and then I will also put in some footage. We went to the bonfire, had a wonderful supper, had a beautiful hot dog supper. It was great, and the potato salad and the macaroni salad and all the rest. It was like the perfect end of summer. It was really great. Thank you, Des and Dave, for a wonderful evening. And then we had Tuesday. I can't remember what we did Tuesday. Tuesday we did something too. Tuesday we went out to visit Walter's uncle out in Pilot Mound. I'm not sure why my video just stopped, but it did. And yeah, I got 17 minutes left to video, so I'm good. I'm cool. I'm kosher. Okay, so we went out to Manitou and Pilot Mound to visit Walter's family. That was a really great day. I'll put pictures up here. No, I'll put video at the end. But I'll tell you right now, the video mostly is of the countryside, and they have the biggest windmills that is used to get electricity. And yeah, it's not solar power, it's wind power, and they're all over the fields out there, and they are massive windmills. So also, I also have a picture and a short video of a Bitcoin mine. They're doing Bitcoin mining out there now. I have no clue anything about this. Don't even talk to me about this because I have no idea. I just was totally shocked that this was there out in the country. As we were driving, I went, "What is that?" And as we got closer, I couldn't believe what I see. A Bitcoin mine. I can't. I don't know. Anyways, that picture footage is there. I'll put that in as well. What else did we do? So we did that, and I had a doctor's appointment. I got checked out because I hurt my side, and yeah, I think I had popped a rib or something. So I get my results on Wednesday for that. Otherwise, health-wise, I've been doing really pretty good. Chewy and I have been doing our walks and stuff, and that's super duper. Yeah. So and I would also like to say happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian viewers. And yeah, it was Thanksgiving long weekend. Today is actually Thanksgiving Day, which is a Monday. I'll be posting this on a Tuesday. I always do it the day before in case everything screws up. But yeah, and what else? Oh, I know what I did on Tuesday. I got together with Diane from My Pig Bathtub and Maylin from the Naughty Knitters. She lives really close too. We went over to the Tim Hortons Donuts and we sat and knit for the afternoon. It was really fun. I had a really good time, and we're going to plan to do that again. And we did it in the afternoon because we're all kind of retired or semi-retired. So that's perfect. And yeah, so anyways, I guess that's about it for this week. I'd love to thank you all for coming and spending your precious time with me today. And thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you in about a week. Take care. Knit with love, folks. Bye now. Mwah.
Get a picture of the fire bug.
Yay, Dave! Strike a pose, Tammy. Strike a pose, Amy. Alicia, strike a pose.
Oh, here. What?
Good job. Don't get you. Don't get Walter. You're in it, Wally. Sorry, it's too bad, so sad. Oh, puppies. Lots of puppies. Fire the wood for the fire. Thank you, Dave. Whoa.
Dave, I think the fire bug